Hello, everyone. We are here with On the Sofa with Sal, and we're actually interviewing the one and only Sal on the sofa today. And I'm Sofie. I'm the creative and marketing manager of Apex Fostering, and I am normally behind the camera, but get to enjoy the in front of camera today. Today we got a very interesting one on finances, the ins and outs of fostering. So, Sal, tell me first, before we jump into the nitty-bitty grits of it, I think one of the reasons that foster carers don't necessarily go into fostering is finances. Why? Can you tell me about that further?
I think probably people don't understand enough about the financial aspects of fostering. So just to say, all foster carers are self-employed and they can choose to foster with whomever they want to. There is a tax-free allowance as well. I can't remember the exact sum, but it's around £40,000 to £50,000. So they're not taxed on the allowance that they receive. Now at Apex, our allowances for a child without too much complex behaviour starts at £450 a week. And that goes up depending around the child's needs. So the more vigilant you have to be, the more meetings you have to attend, the more challenging the young person's behaviour or complex the health needs, the higher it goes. And that's a very fair way to do it. But if you think about what you might get paid to go out, work in a job, work in an office, doing something you really don't enjoy and don't want to be doing, this way you get paid. If the young person is at school, you've got your day free to get on with other things, and you're changing somebody's life. And I just think it's such an amazing thing to do. I don't know why more people would not want to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you have the heart for it, absolutely. I think looking at finances within fostering, it's, we're always very kind of black and white on if we don't take care, so we're only doing it for the money.
Yeah.
But we don't want money to be a barrier for people to foster.
No, I mean, raising a child is expensive, and we know that. And also giving young people opportunities, after school clubs, activities, holidays, all of these things cost money. So we want to make sure that the foster carers are paid enough to ensure the young people have a good quality of life.
Yeah, beautiful. So tell me, what are foster carers paid?
Yeah, so our rates start at £450. This is for a child with not too many complexities.
Per week?
Yeah, per week and tax-free. And then it goes up depending on the level of the child's need, the support they require, and so on. And currently the highest paid carer we have for a child is £1,300 per week.
Yeah.
So this allows you a sense of freedom and to know that you're doing something good. In terms of the allowance, because carers are sometimes worried about this, so we give everybody an allowance sheet, and it tells you as a guideline, you should be spending this on clothing, this on food, activities, transport, and so on. But because we trust our carers, we're not monitoring every penny or anything. And for something like clothes, you would usually shop by season. And if you're really savvy, you shop in the sales for that season. And then, it's not like, I have to spend that much per week. We are not putting you under a microscope in terms of money. The things that we do monitor, we ask all our carers to set up some type of Go Henry bank card for the young person out over 5 years of age for their pocket money, because we do need to evidence that money is going to the young person and we're monitoring how it's spent.
Good. Okay, love that. There are some concerns from some carers when they first come in. Some of the questions are, oh, but how do I manage that? This seems too complex.
Mm.
Is it complex? How do they manage the money they get in?
No, it's not complex. So when the child goes in, I set up a weekly payment, a week in arrears. So the carer knows, unless it's a bank holiday, say every Wednesday, they will receive that amount of money. And then you just budget like you would with your own child for food, clothing, and then the rest is contribution towards your running costs for the home.
Yeah, okay, lovely. Amazing. And any other things on the kind of week to week finance basis that you think we should cover?
Yeah, so when we're pricing packages around the child, if we have a complex child coming in, there might be sessional work included. There might.
What's that mean?
So that would mean, say if you have a child that requires 24-hour supervision and you can't leave them alone, it would allow us to put somebody else into the home for a while or take the young person out so that you can, say, go shopping or have a break or just clean the house. So sometimes that's important. And sometimes we have respite included. And what that is the young people usually will go away to a carer and then the carer gets to have a break. And that's usually if a young person has complex health needs or some behaviours that will require the carer to need a break.
Yeah.
So we also allocate 14 days holiday pay per annum, and we want that to be ideally used to take the young people on holiday. However, sometimes that's not always appropriate. So, for example, if it's a single carer with a teenager, they may want to go on holiday with a friend and their family. So we could give the money to them in order to do that. But yeah, we want young people to experience holidays ideally.
Yeah, lovely. I think also one thing to point out is that you can, as a carer, have kind of a career progression in the sense that they can get more training and therefore get more complex needs in, and therefore also increase their payment, correct?
Yeah, so not
Their allowance.
Yeah, not everybody has the skills or is motivated to take on complex children. Some are, so it's completely up to the carers the type of fostering they want to do. And if they do want to, increase their income and learn additional skills, then they can 100% do that. And we will provide training to support them to do that.
Amazing. If someone comes to foster with Apex, how does Apex support foster carers around finance?
Yeah, so we'll be really clear with people. This is the chart. This is how it operates. In addition to that, we've got sessions coming up with a financial advisor to advise carers on things like mortgages, pensions. These are things, investments, people aren't always thinking about when they're self-employed. And we want to do whatever we can to support our carers in the protection of their financial income moving forward.
Love that. That's like some good life skills as well that you can take with you and really should have, whether or not you're self-employed, really. Hey, lovely. Okay, I feel like that cleared up a lot of things around finance, which is good because we have a lot of questions about that. Sal, thank you so much for your time and for sharing very clearly about what we can expect from Apex as a foster carer and the finances around it. If you are interested in learning more, want to talk about fostering, please reach out to us at Apex Fostering. We're always just a phone call or email away. And if you want to learn more about fostering and what it's like fostering with Apex, we have other videos on our YouTube channel or our website, and you can also check out our Instagram. Thank you.
No, thank you, Soph.